Every day, more people are opting out of clown world. Modern life feels so meaningless. Some people are numb. They're under the programs of TV. They're actually not living from the heart space. They're not like a soul, you know? If you're a person and you have a soul drive, you could have interactions with people. Maybe you're a single individual and you want to meet a guy or a girl, and the interaction is soulless. You're, in the workplace, you're waking up and you're saying, well, what the heck am I reporting to this job for? It's not feeding your soul. And it's really gotten to the place where if you are someone that's tuned into this, you're probably very focused on this message. Your soul is crying out for more. In this modern life, it's a disgrace. And you need so much more. Many things are transactional. A lot of relationships are transactional. It's not real love. Things are curated, robotic, soulless. Even when it comes to content, everything in this world is it's trying to fit you into a box. Your Uncle Mike doesn't play that. If you show up every day, you see I produce all different types of content, and I can't feel restricted to that box. And those that are tuned in today, maybe you feel like you can't be held into that box anymore. And there's a very deep spiritual shift that's occurring right now across the board. And this soulless, meaningless modern life, there are more and more people, I come across them every day, and they have so much respect for themselves. They will not go to a job. They'll do anything else but go to a job that's not serving themselves. They're going to have to sacrifice too much for their family. We had this discussion. There are a lot of people that worked for a job, a business, and after many years and you sacrificed for your family, and you were tossed away like a battery. You were used up, and you didn't have that job till you thought it was going to be carried out. There are lacking in the love, in the unconditional love. On a daily basis, you'll see them. You see these girls, right? The face is in the phone. They're addicted. That face has to be in the phone. Are you watching this? If you stumble in, and I appreciate if you smash the like button. I'm going to be speaking a lot of deep truths. There's going to be a lot of truth bombs in this episode, and what you are actually going through at a soul level. I talk about the soul. I think this world needs more lessons about the soul and what the soul is calling for, and what are the changes. If you feel an inner change, you could say, you know what, and this is a healthy anger. When you see these behaviors and you can't have it in your life, and your soul is calling out for so much more. If you have certain desires, certain callings, certain urges, it's coming from God, it's coming from your soul. And you are not here to fit into a world, quite frankly, that's coming to an end, kid. What you feel when you feel the soullessness when it comes to people or relationships or in the workplace, what you're feeling is your inner child. And what we were supposed to do on our journey was to play and create. And I feel this at a strong level. Like if I were to have a relationship with someone, like we were supposed to create together and play together, right? Very, very childlike, like kids. And it's just such a disgraceful modern life. and you can't have it. When it comes to your work, you actually want to create, and your soul is driving you. It's driving you to produce whatever it is that you want to produce in the world. I feel this myself, doing this type of work. I can't be held in a box. They say, oh, you want to do this work or that work. You have to fit into this box of limiting beliefs, and we ain't doing it no more. We're not doing it anymore. So that's a great change that's happening. I'm just pulling you up on another device because we glitched the live stream and there's nothing there. So, but you could hit 555 if you hear me. Cliff, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful. I love you very much, brother. We're dropping the deep truths today. I appreciate everyone coming on. A lot of people asked for this. You get it today. You were destined to show the world who you truthfully are, and this is the matrix construct that traps people into fitting into that box, so that everything is curated. Everything is the NPCs that are all lined up, and you'll see fake influencers, right? And I share from my lens. They're not about health and wellness. You see these loser girls, and their face is attached to the phone in the gym instead of doing certain things, or maybe you go out on the beach, and the people, instead of enjoying nature, they're attached to the phone, and they could even be in a group, and instead of interacting with each other, right? You see them. You're an observer. Are you an observer? You just sit back and observe these things, and you say that they're not even interacting with you. They're just sitting around, and that face has got to be in the phone. All right. And I know a lot of people have been sick and tired of this, and your soul as an empath, you're looking for love. You're looking for soul connection. There ain't much soul connection out there anymore. Celeste, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you very much. You're amazing. I appreciate that. I feel like dancing around like that guy. So in this world, society dictates how people are to show up. That's why you have influencers. That's why you have mainstream media, fake reality shows, The Bachelorette, all this garbage. And it is deteriorating at a very high level. One of the things that, I share about frequencies, and the frequency of dysfunction. This was pushed out on mainstream media. You might have seen this on MTV. Used to be about music. What happened to MTV recently? Does anyone know where MTV is now? Where is MTV? It's no longer around, kid. Because all the shows, they were showing dysfunction. They were putting dysfunction up on a pedestal, and in the subconscious, people were looking at dysfunction, and they normalized dysfunction, dysfunctional relationships, dysfunctional everything, and that's how that frequency. I discussed the frequency. That's the frequency. You got to be real careful what you consume. If you're resonating, why don't you click subscribe today, and you can watch this daily, and how we can improve our lives in all phases of life. Society doesn't dictate how you show up in the world. Your soul does. And when you're connected to God, it's not difficult, because there's an urge inside. What you are looking for is to feel fulfilled. I am sure, and a lot of times I discuss things, and people they don't want to admit it, but I'm just giving you the truth. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel fulfilled with that relationship. You don't feel fulfilled with that way of life, or that job, or how you're living. So this is an internal shift, and I discuss about quantum manifestation on this channel. Ooh, I could change my life. You better believe it, kid. So when you're changing, and what happens is people go through the changes. God shows you, the universe shows you, you go through a little bit of pain because you didn't realize your life was running on autopilot, right? Your life was running on a loop. And then all of a sudden, when you actually went through pain, that's where God works with compare and contrast. And you could say to yourself, you know what? I don't want that in my life. I want this. There's a reason why you have that desire in your life. Your desires are not to be shut out. You are here to actually witness, live, and carry out with your physical senses, not just your imagination. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you today. You are supposed to actually physically, with your five senses, experience this, not just in your imagination. And what has happened is there's a lot of fear in the world. I'm just coaching you through it. This drive, and sometimes you got to get so disgusted. You got to get disgusted with the modern woman. You got to get disgusted with the beta male. You got to get disgusted with the corporations that aren't serving the people. You got to look at the systems that aren't serving the people. And you got to get so disgusted in life. And you got to say to yourself, this is meaningless. All the image on social media, I'm utilizing this platform for the good of humanity. People will go out in the world, and all it is just presenting and curating and presenting an image to the world. It's full of crap. If I'm speaking the truth, why don't you hit the like button today? Enough of this. And when you click subscribe to this channel, you're pushing forward real, actual content that people are yearning for. There's a lot of people were yearning for this episode. You got it today, kid. You got it today. You got this episode today, kid. When you have the strength, if you have this calling, if you have this yearning and this shift inside, you are actually doing with maybe the rest of your family couldn't have done. They were running on a loop or a cycle. Or you look at your community. We are a family, right? We are a family. And sometimes everyone has a different background. Some people don't have any blood family, and they had to have a spiritual family. And if that's you, click subscribe. Let's go, kid. All of our lives are different. But this soul calling, it's riveting through the earth right now. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. And you could look, I'm just speaking the truth here. I speak a lot of truth bombs on this. A lot of people, they don't even want, they're just killing time. A lot of boredom. Because in the programming of the mind, it has separated true love. It's all transactional. And people just do things just out of boredom. Am I speaking the truth? Let us know in the comments. You're just bored. Your soul is bored. So you're just doing things to distract yourself. Because that reality that you're experiencing, that's not what your inner child, which is your soul. And you... In this recent time, this energy is on this earth right now. It goes through people. One person feels it, a group of people, and pretty much half of society. I mean, doesn't it seem like half society is going towards, the matrix, and half society is connected to their soul, right? Do you feel this play out? See, like I'm bringing up these things, but you got to feel these things. You got to go out. You could pop in. I don't watch mainstream media, but you could pop in. You say, what are the humans doing today? What's going on? What's going on down there in clown world? Sometimes you got to pop in. You got to pop in and see what's going on with clown world. Some people tell me things. Say that's what's real. I have no clue what's going on. No clue what's going on. And when you take this lens in a modern society where it tells you have to live this way and pay attention. When you say this is none of my business, you take your power back. It's none of your business, right? Your business is you, your health, right? Your relationship first with yourself, then if you have a relationship, then if you have a family, and then you have your local community. That's your responsibility. Not all this nonsense, not all the red, the blue, the bickering back and forth. And you are sitting there, you're watching CNN, Fox News, you're watching this stuff all day long, and you're neglecting your wife, you're neglecting your husband. You gotta make this image. A lot of the modern women, they don't even care about you, bro. You gotta wake up. You gotta get the divine feminine in your life. You better get the divine feminine in your life, because they're worried about how many Instagram followers. Of course, you're gonna get beta males. There's Tom. You could see him on the. He's sitting there, eating nachos, watching the TV. You could reap and consume his pension. I'm just speaking the truth. You could reap and consume his pension. It don't serve your soul. I just speak the truth here. And some people don't want to hear the truth. But you're going to get the truth here. That arm can't, there she is. Because you want to show your friends, bro. She don't care. Get it out of your life. Man, woman, whatever it is. You got to go inside first. You got to get your strength up. You got to get your health up. You got to get your mind sharp. You got to be focused and driven. And then you're gonna attract unconditional love. And a big part in life, I got a comment recently, a big part in life is knowing what is not for you. Not just knowing the proper way. Teach you the proper way, kid. I teach you the proper way. Not just the proper way, right? So what you actually, it's important to know that's not good. Because I'm here to tell you, it's just the way of the world. 80% of the society is done. Now, some people might wake up, some people will improve. When you go out into the world, right, there's only about 20%. If you're focused on this message and you could hold your attention, so many people can't hold attention, and it is the way of how the subconscious has been programmed by social media, mainstream media. So your dating pool is small. Work that resonates with your soul, opportunities, is going to be small. It's difficult. It's the goal in life. And this is true value. This is luxury. What is luxury? Luxury for me is being free to go out and enjoy a beautiful sunset. We recently put up a very powerful video. Sometimes I film out there. Some of you love that. That's luxury. Not that I have to have the Lamborghini or the prestige, living in a major city. A lot of people don't need that. A lot of people don't need that attention. There are many men like me. I don't need attention from all I needed the attention was from the one divine feminine. If you're a man like that, you've already won the game. So many people they go, I gotta have all this attention. Because in a matter of fact, if you're able to sit out alone and just chill, and we all need that connection, not to be alone. You know, I know both people that are in like couples that have opted out of the matrix. I know single people that have opted out. Are you opting out? Smash the like button if you are opting out of this modern world. It's a pile of crap. It's just the truth. It's not serving your soul. It's going to make you sick. Your emotions. And what I teach men on this channel, men and women, it's not just about your stomach. These emotions, you hold these emotions in your gut. You hold them in your gut. And that's why over the course of time, all these ailments that you have, chronic, we're talking chronic. Sometimes we pull a muscle or, certain things like that. But the chronic fatigue is another thing. And a lot of that comes from deep rest. Your soul is tired. It's tired. This modern life is meaningless. And people are feeling it like never before. Diane, I love you, Diane. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for always being real. It's my honor to always be real. We got to keep it real here because that serves our soul. Not to fit into an algorithm, not to be curated, to speak the truth. And I appreciate you because it's not easy to do when you hit the like button and click subscribe and share. It's a boots on the ground mission. It's it's real everyday life people. That's what it's about. Not this soullessness, not the algorithms, not the roboticness. You went through a lot of pain recently. I'm speaking to you because I know you're feeling it, because what was happening, there was a dissolving of matrix program that was happening in your body. We actually run off subconscious programs, right? So they're not going to talk about this on mainstream media. And when your subconscious programs that you have been running on, like we all go through this. There were things that I took part in, 15 years ago. I don't do it anymore, right? There were things I even did 3 years ago. I don't do it anymore. So there is a dissolving, but we've reached a place, it's called critical mass in the world, where millions of people are opting out of this modern life. We're getting back to the natural ways, right? The natural ways. And that soul is crying out, and it's crying out for more. But when those matrix programs dissolve, you have this weird sensation inside. You might see me for the first time. Wow, this guy's talking all about what I'm feeling. He doesn't even know me. Well, one of the things that I teach here is the nervous system. We are electrical beings, right? And the nervous system, right? You think your nerves are sending signals to move the body. Well, your nervous system is calibrated. And when that calibration is changed, you can't live this. You say, I can't live this way anymore. I can't do this anymore. That was a recent podcast. So many people are resonating. Did you have this epiphany? You said, I can't do it no more. You can raise your hand if you're live. Write it in the replay. I can't live the matrix life no more. I can't do it no more. Your soul is gonna be boom. It's gonna come from your heart. Boom. It's gonna go like this. I could teach you how to work out, and I could also teach you how to be a conscious warrior. What's going on? It is the path of the warrior. You got to be strong. Boom. It's gonna go like this. It's gonna rivet outside. I can't do it no more. I can't do this no more. I know tons of men, big, powerful men, all different types of people, right? Beautiful, strong women. They say, I can't do it no more. I can't do it. They come over to me. So I've shared this before. You might be a person like me where total strangers come over to you, tell you their life story. Does that happen to you? And so that's an example of spiritual resonance. If you are a person and here comes a guy or a gal and they just start talking to you about their personal business, about their life, right? Because that's a frequency. They sense a soul. Oh, this is a soul. This is not an NPC robot. I could be myself. And there's a lot of people like men eventually that you have to be able to take your armor off when you go home at night. You can't be putting on a show and dance for some parasitical modern woman, right? If you are the divine feminine, you have to have a divine masculine, not some beta male because, I could control. It's easy to control this one. Right? I could take advantage and steal half his pension. At the end of the day, when your life continues, it ends in devastation if it doesn't come in your soul level. Either way. You might get into a job and you say, I can make bank. I can make bank, bro. I can make bank here, but it doesn't resonate with your soul. It doesn't resonate where you could make bank. But what is that money actually worth? At the end of the day, it's not to impress your friends. You're not impressing your friends. You're living from your heart. You're living for the soul. And so many people judge. So that's why you have to have open arms. You have to be open. Like I've seen it before. And some women have shared to me, when I start talking, they said, I never would have expected you to be like this. And that's why God gave me this position and probably gave you the position. We are, don't judge a book by its cover, right? And that's why we go on this longest journey. And when you go through the longest journey, and it's grueling. This was I saw everything on this journey. I saw everything about the human psyche. And I know God showed me what's important in life. It's not the money. It's not being popular. It's not trying to fit in. It's not trying to appease other people that actually don't care about you. It's about what Carl Jung said. Carl Jung said this. He said the greatest privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truthfully are. Look at that. That's the 414. We get the divine codes here. Appreciate everyone coming on. Beautiful people coming in right now. Mariah, thank you so much for the super chat. We got to get those beautiful bees going. Be the glitch in the matrix. Tricks are for kids. Much love. Aloha. Aloha to you. I love you, Mariah. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm grateful. For our children, stay away from tricks. Don't eat that cereal. It's not good for you. Okay? Yeah, you don't want to get those artificial chemicals and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people had tricks played on them. I opened up, and I continue to open up and be an open book for people to. I share from a place of authenticity. We all have tricks played on us, and we think, oh, this is the path, and that's why to be refined in this world and going towards that North Star. And it's a very confused. Do you feel like this world is confusing? Everyone's on social media. Everyone's posting things. How do you know what's real? And that's why you have to go and do the inner work. And you have to feel it. Okay? Do you feel energy? Like you're going to feel energy of a person. You are going to hear a certain person pop up on the screen, and the words are coming out of the mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Where's that from? So when the words are coming out of the mouth, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard, right? You do the meme like this. You ever see that meme like that? You say nope, or you, oh wow, oh you're glowing, and on top of it. Right? If a person is a negative person, if you're a positive person, it is a frequency. So dysfunction, listen carefully if you're new, dysfunction is going to be attracted to dysfunction all the time. Dysfunction will be, and so they go for that. There are people that are addicted to drama content. And that's why those shows like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, all that garbage pollutes your brain. Some people have polluted their body with artificial chemicals and stuff, and some people polluted their brain with stuff on. I've been saying it for a while. It's that brain, kid. It's that brain. I detox my body, right? We all learn, right? Every year I'm always learning. Right, I'm in a place now, especially in the past 3 years. You want to improve your health and wellness, click subscribe, okay? And I was doing a good job with my health and wellness, but then I realized I could do an even better job because it's not just about oh this is low fat or whatever, but what about these chemicals and stuff? And then we gotta strip them out of the body. Then you think clearly. So not only can we pollute ourselves with artificial chemicals and stuff like that, you could pollute your body with that crap on the TV. There she is, bro. That face is in the phone. You might be a single guy. You go out in this world and you look, you like, and we're all love. I know the biggest guys. They're all balls of love. It's true. And you go out there and that face is in the phone. Am I speaking the truth? Hit the like button. There's so many people that face has got to be in the phone, bro. That face has got to be in the phone. They can't look up, and you're in this world and you're saying, what the heck are we doing? This modern life is absolutely meaningless. It's garbage. It's worthless. People question. Now, if you are a man and you're tuned into this podcast and you say to yourself, you have self-respect. A lot of beta boys, they don't have self-respect. They're gonna start chasing a modern woman around. And if you're a man that's hearing it, this is why I'm successful in my life. You're gonna have to make a decision in your life, brother. And you meet people on the way, you meet friends and stuff. But if you go and you chase after one of these dirtbags, you're lost. And I know our soul calls for a connection. But if you put your purpose first, bro, I put my purpose first. That's why it's the only way. And that's why in this world, if you can connect to a divine feminine, are you the divine feminine? Are you watching? You can put the indigo hearts in the chat. That will enrich your life and make it better as it's supposed to be. Not the modern life stuff, right? Not the nonsense, but as much as that's in our innate to have connection, that's our innate. So this has been hijacked in a modern society. And then when you go for that and you waste so much time chasing, my buddy likes to call it chasing tail. He goes, I stopped chasing tail. He's from Alabama. It's funny. So over here we get people I'm from Brooklyn, and my buddy's from Alabama. He goes, I have a great girl, and now I don't have to chase tail no more. So it really is. It's such a powerful thing to have equally yoked connection, right? Get the yoke. Years ago they said you got to be lean. Throw the yolk out. Now I eat the yolks, right? Get the healthy eggs though, right? So all of these things, I teach everything on this channel. You want to be functioning physically, mentally, spiritually. You want to have great relationships. You want to have great health. You're going to attract great wealth into your life. It's your frequency. And in this world, you're going to see it's going to get louder and louder. Haven't the bills been going up, right? So when you actually ignore it, and when you get ready, if you want to truthfully manifest, it's the inner child. And when you have such joy, when you have authenticity, this joy comes from the inner child. I'm still a big kid, right? You can say, I'm a big kid, right? That's the answer. And then everything starts to flow from there. And don't be miserable, because that misery of the modern life, it's a meaningless, I'm telling you, it's meaningless. Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. Thank you again, Michael. Love you. Buy yourself some gas. I appreciate the super chat. It's expensive for gas to drive around Clown World. I think it went down like 5 cents the other day. Wow. Do you know about Clown World? So there are certain things that we it's just part of our life, right? We're still operating out of Clown World in the modern world, right? But there are things that we could opt out of. I teach about balance. I teach about balance on this channel. There are people that have a spiritual, I'm going to run off grid. I see these people all the time. They run away from their problems. But what you are supposed to be, I'm talking right to you. You hear me, right? So what you are supposed to do is be the change and help fix the systems for the rest of your brothers and sisters. Because if you do this, by me showing up in the world, simply by being the lighthouse, by showing up, anyone that's hearing this, I encourage other people to follow their dreams. The dream could be a life change, living in totally different place. Going after the type of work, which is a vocation in life, you're encouraging other people and hold out for the real relationship. Don't settle for that garbage. Don't settle for that. And anyone that's hearing this, man, woman, children, whoever wants to hear it, got to get up today. You got to say, wow, my soul is calling out for more. This is so meaningless. It means nothing. And that's that deep soul activation. And it can't be denied. The desire comes from God, ladies and gentlemen. You were tricked. You say, oh, your desires shove them down. Wrong. Not like the desires of some of the crazy stuff that they put in the songs and stuff like that, the rude stuff. No, we're talking about the desires that come in the heart. Yeah. And this is where you were tricked. Fit into this modern. Oh, that doesn't happen. No, easy. Wrong. The desires. You have a desire. Again, you know what the desire is. Okay? Like when it comes to health and wellness, I have the desire to be healthy. I know why I don't have to go after some people, like go into the ego and they do all these things and take all this stuff to get super big, and then they fall apart and they wind up being that. And then some of the women get tricked by them, and then they'll wind up broken down on the couch. They just played an illusion, right? There's women in the gym that pay $200 for Lululemon pants so that they look like they have a butt. And they don't actually do anything in the gym. I'm just talking the truth. Everything's an illusion in this modern world. It's all illusions. Do you understand? You have to feel with the soul. You're the divine feminine I'm talking to. You better feel with your soul and feel who your man is in this world. If you're the divine masculine, you are building, you are teaching, you're leading. And there will be a girl that inspires you. Like, that's the whole point. When you see the schmuck and the faces in the phone on Instagram and all this stuff, does that make you? Oh, do I feel like, oh, I want to lead this broad over here? No, you want to be inspired. That was the whole point of this. And this modern life is meaningless. I told you. You won't like what's coming. The truth. I love a truth podcast. So if you have desires, if you have a calling, and I'm talking about soul desires, not a desire to eat a Big Mac. What's in the fast food anyway? Not a desire to have an ice cream. Okay, a desire, okay, that comes from God, and you are here to experience it in the physical. There are people that spiritually bypass, they do the manifestation, it's in the brain, and I've been sharing this to the community, right? And there is science behind this, and I'm going to refer to Nikola Tesla. Some people know Nikola Tesla, right? And he had his visions, right? And this is how you bring things from a higher dimension into this dimensional plane. And Nikola Tesla, when he was writing his papers, some people know about the papers of Nikola Tesla, right? When he was writing his inventions down, he's writing everything down. Did he stop on that vision board? No, you got to bring it into the world. You got to bring the amplifying antenna. Where is the amplifying antenna? Where are these things today, right? So your job is to, if it is planted in your conscious, you say, I have this drive, beyond motivated, driven, because motivation will go away. Some people say, oh, I have motivation. I shared this, you'll see people, they'll join a gym. They're motivated for a day. They're motivated for, the new year, or summer's coming. I have to take my shirt off. I better go to and then they fail. Because it wasn't about health and wellness. It was about, I have to, show off I got to prove to my friends I could do a New Year's resolution. Fake. I have to, pretend so I could look a certain way to attract the opposite sex. Fake. You're not it's about embodiment. I've been saying this word to the community. It's embodiment. The modern life is meaningless. It's not to showboat to other people. It's to be driven. It's to create. And we are supposed to create from the inner child. That inner child, right? I believe Jesus Christ said, be childlike. But you were programmed to grow up and fit in and get this type of job and do this relationship. And now with social media, you got these idiots out there you better get your bag, girl, right? You better lock him up. No respectful man will ever fall for that. You will always crash and burn, modern woman. You will always hit the like button if I'm just speaking the truth. You will always crash and burn, modern woman, all the time. Listen to these clowns. You ever see the clown world? I'll go the other way. Sometimes in the songs, right, they say all these disrespectful things to do to women. Do you know about these rap songs and stuff like that? I miss the good rap from back in the day. Whatever happened to the music, right? The music is the quantum. I love the quantum. I love the music. Do you love the music? We're going to make music great again here. Yeah. I can't wait for the great music, and even on my journey, say, what are things that you do? There are certain musics that I listen to, and there are certain, still mainstream music I'll listen to once in a while, but there are different types of music that I listen to because I don't want it to corrupt my frequency. I don't watch the drama. I don't watch the drama. And you will get it. Listen, if you're an egomaniac, you'll get a lot of clicks on your content. Put that drama out there, you get it. And when you stay clear of that, and that's why many people opt to kind of pull back from society. Do you feel like you're pulling back a little bit? I'm gonna pull back a little bit, but when you do this, you could hear your voice, you could hear and you could hear the voice of God. You can't hear that. You can't hear that with all the drama and all this other stuff going on. So a lot of people, they're opting out of the modern life. Are you opting out of this clown world? I'm so grateful. We're gonna end it here. I'm so grateful if you smash into that like button. You could click subscribe. We have a daily video 9 a.m. Eastern time to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Leave a comment down below. What are you feeling? Do you feel this from your heart? Is your soul crying out for something more? And if you are new, I have recent videos that talk about this yearning, this process, and maybe even some of the physical pains that you will get when your nervous system and your soul says enough is enough. Do not worry if you're tuned in and you're new to the spiritual awakening. Don't be gaslit by other people. Don't worry, your Uncle Mike will take care of them. I get them right the heck out of your way, kid. So I love you all, and we're not doing transactional. We're doing unconditional love. We're doing the soul journey. We're doing something that enriches your life and the life of others. When you take that frequency, right? Anything in life, it's total enrichment. And you're bettering yourself, and you're bettering your partner if you have a relationship, and your local community. So I appreciate you all. It's a very powerful time in the world. I mean, we know that this old world is coming to an end. So it's here. So you might as well let go of that old world. It's finished. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. I do that on the chair too, like this. I got the wheels on the chair, Stacy. I appreciate that, Stacy. I am just a big kid. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And if you love authentic content, just hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Check out the recent videos. They're really going to help you. Check out my video on the diagram. There are new people to this, so I kind of plotted out what you're feeling inside during this very powerful quantum shift. I love the family. I love the community. I love you guys very much. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, Light Warriors, just keep going. I love you guys. Bye for now.